All right. Let's start in child's pose today. So whichever direction you want to be facing, just take the knees wide and drop the hips back into the heels. And just start to find the breath. And try out a few different things with the arms. So you can start with the arms extended long, or maybe bring them to the sides. And just start to arrive in the space. We're kind of caught in limbo right now. So kind of be with that. There's something called, liminal space. And that's, I think, where we live most of our life, right? In between spaces, in between time, in between accomplishments or alleged accomplishments. So learning to be okay in that liminal space and learning to understand that we're always becoming, right? And so whatever becomes of this day or the next 2 days, I don't know, whatever becomes of these next few days, knowing it's not an end, whether we feel good about it or not, right? It's all part of a process. So just keep that in mind and just remember that we are still a part of that process. You are a necessary part of this process. So have a few more breaths here. You can take an exhale out through the mouth, whatever you need to do. Good, and then start to get a little more active through the arms. So you can extend the arms long out in front of you if they're not. And start to lift up to the pads of the fingers. Just activating a little bit more. Finding some life in the backs of the arms, through the armpits. Good. And then inhale, start to just roll yourself up one vertebrae at a time. And then as you come up, you'll bring the knees together. Good. Then we'll start with a few spinal flexes. So sliding the hands back toward the hips and the heart forward. And exhale, round it back. Good. Inhaling forward, slide the chest up. Good. And exhale, round back. You're gonna do that a few more times. And then you're gonna inhale forward, exhale, round back, and then come to a neutral spine and interlace your fingers right in front of the chest. Good, and then press the palms up toward the sky. So you're lengthening the arms. Try not to pop the ribs forward. Let them soften back. And pressing up through the palms as much as you can. Good, one more breath in. And then exhale, flip the palms toward one another, and you're gonna round the spine again. So you're taking those same spinal flexes, then the knuckles forward, and then inhale the hands to the heart, press the palms up, and exhale, round. Do that a few times. Inhale, exhale. Twice more, inhaling, and exhale. Last time, inhale, And exhale. Good, and then inhale, open the arms wide, lift the chest. Good, reaching the arms high. Good, soften the front ribs in, and you're gonna tip over to your right. So just finding a side opening here. Good, anchor that left hip. Maybe deepen a little bit more. Take a breath in. And then exhale, go a little bit deeper, and then inhale, press yourself up, and exhale over to the second side. Good, soften the shoulders, anchor the right hip more. Try to lengthen the left side of your waist as well. Good, and then inhale, press yourself up. And exhale, release. Walk the hands out in front of you and shake out the legs. Just give the legs a little shake out. Right back. Good. Make sure the wrists are beneath the shoulders, knees are beneath the hips. Good, and then take a moment and tuck the right toes back behind you. So extending long, press out to that right heel, and just try to create some stability for yourself. So notice if you're dropping the right hip, try to float it up a little bit higher. And then inhale, right leg floats. Good, take a breath in. Good, and then extend your left arm long out in front of you. One more inhale. And then exhale, release your left hand down to the mat. And you can sort of kickstand the left foot out to the left side of the mat for balance. You're just gonna stack the hips open. So a side plank variation, or even Ardha Chandrasana variation. If this is too much, you can bring the right foot to the mat. If the balance is there, you can bend through the right knee if you'd like and take that foot with the hand. Just finding a connection to the breath. So even if you wobble, how much can you commit to the breath? Good, release the foot and then bring it all the way around and then hug the knee into the nose. So both hands are down, hug the right knee into the nose. Inhale, extend the right leg long. Exhale, knee into the nose. Good. Inhale, extend it long. And then exhale, swing the knee into the nose and step that right foot forward in between the hands. And then you can reach back for the left heel a little bit. Left knee stays on the mat. Inhale, sweep the arms high. Plug the right thigh bone back into the hip. Soften the shoulders, have a breath. And exhale, hands down to the ground or to blocks, Ardha Hanuman. So extend that right leg long. Take a breath in, flex your right foot, lift the chest, lengthen your spine, and then exhale, try to fold a little bit deeper if you can. Have another breath. Good, and let's gaze forward. We're gonna lunge again. So bend into your right knee, left knee floats off the mat. Good, take a breath. Exhale, get a little bit heavier through the hips. Good, one more inhale. And exhale, step it back, downward facing dog. It's a first down dog, pedal out through the feet, bend through the knees. Find a little space. Good, and then inhale, let's come out to a plank. So first plank, you can always bring the knees down to the ground. Otherwise, really get strong through the legs. Slide the shoulder blades down the back. Inhale here. Exhale, lift the belly, lift the hips up and back, down dog. And then inhale forward to plank. Exhale, down dog. One more time like that. Inhale forward. Exhale, down dog. Good. Inhale forward to a plank, and this time we'll move through a vinyasa. So you can lower knees, chest, and chin, or in one piece. Inhaling, low cobra. Have an extra breath here. Inhale. Exhale, forehead down to the ground. Tuck the toes, lift your thighs, and inhale, Float yourself up. So even if the knees need to come down, just trust in the breath, and exhale, come on back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the heels, roll to the tops of the feet, and then start to lower the knees for an exhale. Take another inhale here at the knees hovering, and then exhale, knees down to the mat. Second side, left leg extends long behind you. Good, drop the shoulder blades down the back. Inhale, left leg floats. Hug the navel into the spine, so connect to your navel center. Right? Trust your gut, as it were. Literally and figuratively. Extend your right arm long, take a breath in, press out a little bit more, and then exhale, right hand plants. Extend your right foot to the side to kickstand, and then left leg floats. So you still have that option to bring the left foot down. Or if the balance feels pretty good, bend the knee. Good. Take a breath in. And exhale, release. Bring it around. So left hand down. Get square through the hips. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. One more time. Inhale, extend. Exhale, step that foot in between the hands. And then tuck the right toes and reach back through that right heel. Send the knee a little farther back. And then inhale, arms high. Take another breath. And then exhale, hands down to the mat, Ardha Hanuman. Extend your left leg long, flex the left foot. Close this window. Good, get heavy through the left hip. Take another breath. And then look forward and bring it back into a lunge. Bend your left knee, right leg, right knee floats off the mat. Breath in here. Exhale, see if the hips can sink a little bit more. But keep the belly engaged. One more inhale. Exhale, step it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to a plank. Let's move through a vinyasa right away. So lower all the way or halfway. Inhale, upward facing or cobra. Exhale, bring it back down, dog. Good. Inhale, lift the heels, look forward. Exhale, stepping or floating, top of your mat, Uttanasana. And Ardha Uttanasana, when you get there, lengthen your spine. And exhale, forward fold into your legs. Good. And enjoy folding in. Bend your knees. If the backs of the legs are tight, open up your feet a little bit wider if you feel like you need more stability. We all need more stability. All right, so take it where you can find it. Maybe you take a hold of opposite elbows or interlace your fingers behind your back. Good, and then release your hands down to the mat. Bend your knees, roll yourself up to stand. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. And exhale, hands to the heart. And stand into Tadasana. Feel the feet rooting down into the ground and get taller. Lengthen up through the spine. Lift up through the low belly. Good. Next inhale, reaching the arms high. Exhale, forward fold into your legs, Uttanasana. Ardha Uttanasana, breath in. Exhaling back, you can step to plank or hop to Chaturanga. Try to use that exhale to lower all the way or halfway. Inhale, upward facing or cobra. Exhale, scoop the belly. So even pause halfway through and make sure that you're finding that connection. And then exhale, send the heels down, down dog. Have a few breaths. Good, and then inhale, lift the heels, look forward. Exhale, stepping or floating. Top of the mat, lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold. All the way up on a breath in. Exhale, pull it back to the heart. Again, like that, inhale, arms high. Exhale, forward fold. Lengthen your spine, breath in. Exhaling back, stepping or hopping to chaturanga. If you step back, just use that exhale to lower. Then inhale through. And again, on your exhale, scoop the belly and pause halfway through. Good. And then release the heels down to the mat. Good. And then find your breath. Good. Inhale, lift the heels, look forward, hug the elbows toward one another here, and then exhale, step or hop all the way up to the top. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, empty out. Inhaling to stand. Exhale, bring it back to the heart. One more time, just like that. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold, long spine. Lengthen, breath in. Exhaling back, stepping or hopping. Take it through your vinyasa. Remember, the knees can always come down first. And you can take that pause, even if the knees are lowered, take that pause, connect to the belly, and then release the heels down. Good. Inhale, lift the heels, look forward, exhale, stepping or hopping, top of the mat. Lengthen your spine, and exhale, fold. All the way up as you breathe in. Exhale back to the heart. Good. Find all 4 feet in Utkatasana, bend through the knees, reaching long. Take a and hands to the heart, sit a little bit deeper. And inhale, reaching arms long. Exhale, forward fold into your legs. Lengthen your spine, breath in. Exhaling back, stepping or hopping. Take it through your vinyasa, or you can leave it out whenever you need. Inhale, right leg high. The hips are square, hug the navel into the spine. Press back to that right heel more, and then you can stack open the hips for a moment. Take a breath in, extend the right leg long, exhale, step the foot in between the hands, warrior 1, left heel down, and then reach the arms long. Try not to get too narrow, so if you need a little more space, wiggle that right foot over to the right. Line up with the width of your hips. But if you can, make sure that right knee is floating on top of your ankle. Sometimes we hang out back here. Just check in with yourself. See if you have more space. Have a breath. And then exhale. Release it down to the mat. Stretch out that exhale. Lower through. Inhaling. And exhaling. Inhale, left leg reaches. And you can roll the ankle for a moment. Get square through the hips. And then stack it open. Hug the navel into the spine. And then extend it long. Exhale, step the foot in between the hands. Big step, warrior 1. Right heel down first. And press into the outer edge of your right foot. And have a breath. And exhale, release it down. Stretch out that exhale. The left leg might even float here. Inhaling. And exhale. Big breath. Good. Next inhale, lift the heels, gaze beyond your fingertips. Exhale, stepping or hopping. Lengthen your spine. And exhale, fold. Bend the knees, Utkatasana. Exhale to stand. With the breath, inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, sit a little bit deeper, so drop it in. Inhale up with the arms, and then exhale, forward fold. Lengthen your spine. Exhaling back, stepping or floating. We'll meet in down dog. Good. Take a breath in here, and then as you exhale, step the right foot forward without lifting that leg. So exhale, just scoop the belly, step that foot forward, left heel down. Inhaling up. So when you lose that lift of the leg, you really have to move from the inside out. Take a breath and then exhale, release it and lower through. Exhale, back down dog. Have a breath in. Exhale, left foot steps forward on its own. Warrior one. And exhale, down and through. Come back to the breath with your exhale. Good, inhale, lift the heels, look forward. Exhale, stepping forward, use that same lift from the belly to bring the feet forward. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold. Bend the knees, Utkatasana. And exhale it up to stand. Good, next inhale, Utkatasana, hold there, and let's twist, so hands to the heart. Hook the left elbow to the outside of right thigh. Good. Drop the hips, use your inhales to lengthen your spine, exhale, navel back and twist. Glide that left hip back in space. You want to make sure the knees are lined up. You might open the arms wide. Good. Inhale, pull it back to center, Utkatasana, and let's come over to the second side. Hands to the heart, right elbow to left thigh. And check out your knees for a moment, make sure they're lined up, and then hug the navel back, lengthen your spine as you breathe in, exhale, left ribs open up. Good, inhale back through center, and exhale, fingertips to the ground, forward fold. Big breath in, exhale, empty out. Bend your knees, plant your hands. You can step it or hop it back, vinyasa or down dog. Good, have a breath in here, and then exhale again. Step the right foot forward without lifting that leg. Let's come up to crescent. Left heel remains lifted, inhale. Good. Try to lift up the low belly, bend your left knee if you need a little more space for the lower back. Right foot. You're in Asarita Padottanasana. Take a breath in, lengthen your spine, and then exhale, let it go, forward fold. Good, let's come out halfway on an inhale, so rise up to the fingertips, scoop the belly, and bring it all the way up to stand. Good, and then you can spin the toes out a little bit. You don't have to overdo it. We're just gonna kind of get into the legs. So I was practicing this morning. It's kind of a sweeping action. So you're gonna drop into the right leg and just sweep it up and away. Inhale it up and then drop it into the other side. Right, and just swing it back and forth, just like you're sweeping something away. Good, once more to each side. Inhale right, inhale left, and then keep bending into that left knee. And we're gonna turn this into warrior two, front of the room. So you're bending into the right, and then everything adjusts. Right toes turn forward, left toes come in a bit. Good. If you didn't quite get there, just keep wiggling around. Outwardly rotate that right hip. And then inhale, peaceful warrior, and even turn the palm up to the sky. So the heel of the hand, right hand, is pressing up to the sky. And just clearing space. And have another inhale. And exhale, side angle. So either right elbow to the thigh or right hand to the ground or block. And roll the right sitting bone underneath you. Reach that left hand to the front of the room. Good, and then swing that left arm down. Place your left knee to the mat. And then inhale, bring those arms high. Good, breath in and exhale. Release the hands, scoop the belly, step that right foot back, down dog. Inhaling, plank. And then take it through a vinyasa or come right back to down dog, so up to you. Good, have a breath in. Exhale, step the left foot up, scoop the belly to do it. Come on up to crescent. So you can always bend the right knee, try to lift up to the lower belly and the back ribs. So everything is trying to find a little more space for itself. Inhale, exhale, hands to the inside of left foot, spin the left toes in. Right, soften the knees and then lengthen and fold. And then bring it out halfway. And then all the way up to stand. Good, so inhale, reach, spin the toes out. The next you're gonna bend into the left knee and just sweep it away. Inhale up, exhale, over to the right. Do that a few times. You might even peel the ball of the lengthen, that foot of the lengthen length up. Once more to each side. Good, and then when you bend into the right knee, you're gonna send the weight into the left foot, warrior two. Good, next inhale, peaceful warrior, open up the palms, press the heel of the left hand up to the sky. And so be alive in this space in between. Take another breath. Good, exhaling, side angle, elbow to the thigh, or bring that hand down to the ground or mat. Good, big, big breath. And swing the right arm down, pick yourself back up to peaceful warrior. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, right heel is up. Gently release the right knee down to the mat and come on up with the arms. Good, have a up to crescent. Exhale, hands down and around. Sarita, so spin in. Lengthen your spine. And exhale, fold. Inhale, bring yourself up to stand. Spin the toes out. You're gonna drop into that right knee, sweep it away. Inhale up. Exhale to the left, and then warrior two, front of the room. Good, inhale. Exhaling, side angle. Good, pick it up, peaceful. And then exhale, cartwheel it down, Anjaneyasana. So left knee lower, scoop the belly, inhale. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank this time. So really scoop the belly and then make your choice from there. Rest whenever you need. Good, inhale, exhale, left foot steps up to crescent, breath in. Exhaling, hands down, bring it around, Prasarita. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, empty out and fold. All the way up as you breathe in. Spin the toes out, and you're gonna bend into that left knee. Sweep it away. Inhale, center. Exhale, bend into the right, warrior two, front of your mat. Bend that left knee again. Peaceful warrior. Exhaling, side angle. All the way up, peaceful. And then cartwheel it down. Spin the right heel up, scoop the belly, right knee releases. Reaching long with the arms. Exhale, plant the hands to the earth, step back to plank or left leg can hover. Vinyasa or down dog. Good, have an inhale. Again, exhale, right foot steps up. One more time, up to crescent. And bring it down and around, Prasarita. Lengthen your spine. Find a little liberty in it now that you know it a little bit better. Come on up to stand. Spin the toes out. Again, exhale, bend the right knee, sweep it away. Inhale, exhale. And then bring it forward, warrior two. Good, peaceful warrior. Into side angle. Good, let's pick it up into peaceful. Then adding on, cartwheel the hands down to the inside of right foot. You're coming all the way to the back of the mat. Setting up crescent, left foot is forward. Good. Have a breath. Exhale, bring it forward, standing splits. Walk the hands out, right leg floats. Good, and let's turn this into Ardha Chandrasana. So left hand lowers. You can grab a block if you need it. Never hurts to just stand up and grab what you need. And then gradually stack the hips open. And you might have to bend that left knee and then find that leg again. Breath in. Exhale, let's float back to warrior two. Good. Inhaling, peaceful warrior. Good. Exhale, cartwheel it down. Step back to plank. You're facing the back of the room still. Lower through vinyasa or come on back down dog. I'm going to get you right in the right direction again. Inhale, exhale. Left foot comes forward. Come on up to crescent. Exhale, hands to the inside of left foot. Prasarita. Take a breath in, lengthen. And exhale, fold. All the way up to stand. Right, so again, spin your toes out, bend into the left knee. Inhale up, bend into the right. And then warrior two, back to the back of your mat. So left leg is still leading. Good, peaceful warrior. Into side angle. Pick yourself up, peaceful. And then cartwheel it down. We're coming back to the front of the mat. So use that bend of the legs and all of that opening through the hips. And then come on up to crescent. Good. Which way is forward, which way is backward? And keep shifting. Take a breath. Exhale, standing splits. Walk it out. Right, but your foundation can always be there. So find your right foot and then bring your right hand down to the earth. Left hand can come to the hip. Let's turn this into Ardha Chandrasana. And if you're locking out your right knee, soften it a little bit for a moment. Good, have a breath. One more inhale, open up the chest and exhale. Let's float back, warrior two. Good, peaceful warrior. And exhale, bring it down, step it back to plank, vinyasa or down dog. Good, inhale, lift the heels, look forward. Exhale, step or hop the feet to the outside of your hands. Good, so you're finding malasana or squat. Feet are wide, breathing into the hips. Okay, take a moment, really wiggle the upper arms to the thighs and try to create more length in your spine. Let the jaw soften. Good, and you can always breathe here. If you'd like to play around with Bakasana or crow, plant the hands, shoulder width apart. And this could very well be your crow today, just that lift of the hips. If there's a little more space in there, lift the heels. Plant the hands, elbows are moving straight back, and you find that engagement through the triceps. The triceps are hugging toward one another. And then hug the knees to the outer arm. Pull up your sleeves if you have them. Okay, good. Keep looking forward, scoop the belly, and then maybe you pull a foot off, maybe another. Big breath. Then you can step or hop it back. Good, and we'll meet in down dog. Whatever happened, it happened. And on to the next breath. Good, take a breath in, right leg can reach this time. And exhale, step it up. Come on up to warrior two, one more time. Good, reverse triangle this time. So lengthen your right leg, reaching. And exhale into Trikonasana. So pin that left heel into the mat, reach long with the right arm. Good, anchor the left hip, feel that connection, and then try to grow longer through the right ribs. Good, maybe turn the left palm down, reach that hand forward. And maybe really connect to the belly and both arms extend forward. But listen to what the breath and the body are telling you. Inhale all the way up. Exhaling, warrior two, into side angle. So you can hang in side angle. If you have a bind or a half bind, you might find it now. So inwardly rotating that left arm, right arm comes underneath. So you can stay in side angle, bound or not. If you want to try something, I think it's fun. So we'll see. You can try a bound Ardha Chandrasana. So spin the left heel up and walk that left foot in. And then maybe left leg floats again. If you're not bound, it can be Ardha Chandrasana again without a bind. This guy. And then wherever you are, we'll start to make our way out so you can float back. If you're bound, see if you can hold on to it. Release it. Release the hands and step back, downward facing dog. Pedal out through the feet. Let the hips sway. And if you want to move through a vinyasa, it's there. Otherwise, breathe in your down dog. Good, and then inhale, left leg will reach one more time. Exhale, stepping it up, warrior two. Reverse triangle, lengthen your left leg, reaching long. Keep that space, and then exhale, reach it forward as you pin the right heel down into the mat. And feel the anchor of the pelvis, the right hip, and then maybe the right ribs can open up a little bit more to the sky. Turn the right palm down, reach that hand to the front of the room. And engage the quadriceps without locking out your knees, and then maybe left arm floats as well. Lift up through lower belly. Good, and then anchor the feet, inhale all the way up. And then into side angle, bend your left knee gently, reaching long. Good. And then maybe inwardly rotate that right hand. So you have the option for a bind. It might be a half bind, maybe a full, maybe no bind. You do you. Roll the left sitting bone underneath you. And if you want to try Ardha Chandrasana with the bind, look down, spin your right heel up. And walk it in. So, get underneath yourself so you can find yourself, find your legs, find your balance. Big breath. Good, and then float it down, warrior two, or back to side angle. Gently release the bind, release your hands, step it back, downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Inhale out to a plank. You may take it through a vinyasa or roll right back into your down dog. Have a breath. And exhale, release your knees down to the ground. Come back to child's pose, where we were at the beginning. I don't know where you are on the playlist, but I'm on Elton John. Little ode to Pennsylvania. Right, so swing the legs out in front of you. Lower on down. Good, interlace the fingers at the back of the head. Right, while we still have some breath and energy. Take a breath in, fill up, and exhale. Lift the chest and shoulders off the mat. Inhales to lower. Exhale, lift and twist to the right. Inhale to lower, exhale, over to the left. Keep moving through that cycle with your breath. Twice more through that. Last cycle through this. And release back to center. Float the legs long. Good, arms at your sides. Good, press up through the balls of your feet. Pull the toes back. If you have a sensitive low back, bring the hands underneath the sacrum. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, right leg lowers to hover. Press up the balls of your feet. Inhale, float it up. Exhale, left leg lowers. Inhale. Good. Exhale, and you can alternate. You might lift the shoulders off the mat. You might lower the legs simultaneously. But connect to the lower belly. Keep trying to scoop it out. Twice more. Good. And hug it in. Good. Extend the legs long overhead, down below, arms long overhead. Good. And then roll it over to your belly. Good. And let's come into Sphinx. So forearms to the mat, elbows right beneath the shoulders. Just let everything lengthen again. Good, and then press it back. You can roll through the spine and sit back on the heels. All right, so let's, it's Friday, so let's try to go upside down. If you have a wall to work with, you can use a wall. If you don't have a wall and you're not comfortable being upside down, I'll give you options for that too. So I have a little bit of wall space here. We're gonna look at handstand. I guess I should release what we're doing, right? So working on handstand, which might mean a down dog, choosing one leg and maybe a little hop, depending on what kind of support you have, what kind of wall support. So if you do have a wall, make sure you don't bring the fingertips all the way up to the wall, back off a little bit. And find your down dog, plug the arm bones into the shoulders, let the elbows wrap down toward the mat. And then if you want to move and choose a leg. I don't care which leg, but do think about engaging through the inner thigh, engaging through the belly. So when you kick, you don't buck in the low back. So you're using that standing leg or kicking leg, but you're also pressing off of this bottom leg. So it's really two actions. And then maybe the wall catches you. If you're not quite there, one leg can just come on up and you might just practice hopping, maybe get a little air. All right. Just see what that feels like. And if you can get upside down, maybe try kicking up with your not so favorite leg. I like to kick up with my left leg, so I have to make myself kick up with the right. So why don't I do that? I'm going to try to kick up with the right. And thinking about getting air, finding a little suspension, even more than getting that second leg up. Another 30 seconds to a minute to play around with this. Good. And then rest when you're ready to rest. All right, and then once you have come back, let's come on into pigeon. So if you'd like to have a blanket handy for pigeon. Thanks for humoring me through handstand. All right, so we'll take pigeon on the right side. Just scoop that right knee and shin forward. If you're really leaning into one side, just prop up your right hip. Provide some balance. Because you want to try to soften your left hip down to the mat as well. Have a breath. And then if you have the space to forward fold, walk it out. Big breath. Inhale slowly. Walk yourself up. Good. You can bring the right foot a little bit closer to the pelvis. That helps you maintain your balance. Tuck the left toes underneath again and reach back through that heel. And if you have a little more space, you can bend through the left knee. Left hand might reach around for that foot. And the psoas might be pretty open, so maybe you can hook the foot into the back of the elbow and try the balance. Wherever you are, make sure you are breathing fully, completely. And then exhale. Let it go gently and come on back to down dog or all fours. Walk it out, shake it out, whatever you need to do. All right, then we'll come over to the second side. Pigeon on the left side. Bring it forward And you can prop up your left hip, tuck the back toes. Try to bring that right hip around and anchor it a little bit more. You can stay upright, or if you have the space, forward fold. One more breath here. And then start to roll yourself up. You can bring the left foot a little bit closer to the pelvis, to the body. Tuck the right toes. Reach back to that heel. Anchor yourself a little bit more, and then maybe bend that right knee. And reach around for the foot. Maybe hook the foot into the back of the elbow there. You can play around with balance. One more breath. And exhale, let it go. And come on back. Shake it out. And then we're going to come to our back, so you can step or hop to cross legs. Lower down, let's set up bridge. Feet are hip width apart. And just take a moment to exhale into the ground, feel the back of the body release a little bit more. Good, and then maybe walk the feet in if you need. So you want the ankles below the knees. You should be able to graze the heels with the fingertips. Press into the feet. Toes are pointing straight to the top of the mat, and then you might lift the hips off with an inhale. Maybe interlace the fingers behind the back. And then exhale and slowly lower down. Give the knees a sway. Good, and then we'll take one more back bend. So you can take a bridge or full wheel, hands alongside the ears. If you want a restorative bridge, you can bring a block underneath your sacrum, also right at that triangular bone at the base of the spine. If you want to work on full wheel, hands alongside the ears, elbows up. Find that engagement between the two arms. It's an engagement toward your center, and then inhale. If you're in full wheel, you can even lift the heels up and maybe walk the feet a little bit closer to the hands. Maybe. Good, and if you did walk the feet in, make sure you walk them back out before you lower. And then bring the chin into the chest and bring it down. And then again, let the knees just sway side to side. Good, and then hug the knees into the chest gently. Extend the legs up to the sky for a moment. Good, and then bend the knees. Open the arms wide. Simple twist today. Stack the knees to the left. Gazing toward right hand. Try to release about 50% of your effort on your next exhale. Just sink into the ground. And then inhale. Float it back to center. And exhale over to the right. Allow yourself to settle, and then again on an exhale, just release the effort. Let the breath do the work. And then bring it back to center. When you're ready, roll over to one side and come up to your seat. All right. Let's take Upavishta Konasana. So take your legs wide. Flex your feet. You might prop your hips up on a blanket. Again, if you feel like you have more space, you can walk the hips forward. Knees and walk yourself out. Bring it back over to the right. Just folding over that right leg for a moment. And plant the right arm probably to the inside of the thigh. That usually works for most. And then left arm will extend long, right alongside that ear. Maybe you can reach the toes. Not a requirement. Breath in. And then exhale, release it, walk it through the center and over to the left. And plant that left arm inside of the thigh and then reach right arm long. Try to anchor the right hip so you're not pulling that hip off to reach for the foot. Breath in and exhale, release. Back to center. And inhale, walk it up. And let's come into Baddha Konasana. So soles of your feet together, knees are wide. Sit up nice and tall, take a breath in. And exhale, forward fold. inhale, roll it up. Good. Extend the legs long out in front of you. I'm going to take Paschimottanasana, and then you have the option for shoulder stand. So just a little warnings. Extend the legs long, flex your feet, reaching long overhead. And exhale, forward fold. And you might take a few moments to maybe lengthen your spine more in an inhale, but really trying to move into some stillness. Big breath here. And inhale, roll it up. Okay, so you can finish up with shoulder stand, plow into shoulder stand, and I'll walk you through it. Or if you don't want to take a shoulder stand, you can line your back, feet together, knees wide for Supta Baddha Konasana. If you want to work on plow, if you do have padding, a blanket underneath the shoulders is nice, but not mandatory. You would bring the shoulders, tops of the shoulders right to that fold of the blanket, arms at your sides, inhaling, knees in and up. So you're coming into plow. Really try to roll the shoulders underneath you. Try to find a vertical spine so you're not rounding and collapsing. Good, and then hands to the lower back. And then if you're ready, when you're ready, bring one leg up and then the other. Press up through the balls of your feet. Breathe there. Good, and then lower down when you're ready. One vertebrae at a time. Good, and then you can rest and plow. Maybe the knees bend around the ears. Good, and then slowly roll it down. Good, and the palms can press down along the sides of the hips again and maybe slowly lower. Good, finish up with fish. Prop yourself up on the elbows. Good, lift the chest, lift the heart, release the head back. One more breath. And then exhale it all the way down into the ground. So if there's a blanket underneath you, you can move it out of the way. And then we'll set up Shavasana. Let the feet fall open. If you missed taking Supta Baddha Konasana, you can still use this as an opportunity to do that. Feet together, knees wide. And release into the ground. And if the soles of the feet together, you can extend your legs long now if you do want a few moments with long legs. And start to wiggle through the fingers and toes. Find a little more life in the body. And you can reach the arms overhead. When you're ready, bend your knees, roll over to your right side. And then come all the way up to your seat. And take a moment, find the bottom of your next exhale. And inhale. And again, exhale completely. And just find yourself in that liminal space, right? Whatever you're still working on, whatever we're still waiting on or think we are. Yeah, but really secure in what we are becoming right now. Right? And secure in the knowledge that you are worth the process. And a part of a much larger process, right? Even outside of yourself. Bring the hands together at the heart, bowing to each other. Namaste. Thank you.